Hey everybody, it's Dale again. Yeah, it looks very similar to the one I did last week, right? That's because I'm doing it at the same time today. So I'm doing this for the second part of the video with Coach Doug in the P413 facility. And today we're going to talk a little bit about technology in the facility and how they use that to help the baseball players become better. And then what it does is, for us coaches, it helps them become accountable because they can tell a player they're improving or not. But the technology kind of gives them an idea of whether they're really learning and getting better along the way. So we're going to talk a little bit about the technology at the P413 facility. Coach Doug's also going to give us a little bit of information about some of the younger players and kind of what he sees for the season coming up. So I hope that you are enjoying these videos. We enjoy doing them, and so I'm telling you, it won't be long before this dugout here is going to be filled full of Dayton Warrior baseball players, and this field's going to have some really good baseball played on it. I can promise you that. I have seen it, and it is outstanding baseball. Again, this looks like it could be a very special year for the Dayton Christian Warriors baseball team, and we want you to get your friends, your family, call your senator, your congressman, tell them to come out and watch us play, because they're going to be in for a treat if they'll come watch this team play this year. We got really high standards this year and high goals, and this is a group that we believe can achieve all those goals. So until the next time we talk to you, we're out. So let's talk a little bit about, now you got some underclassmen that are coming in that are going to be your future of Dayton Christian baseball moving forward. So tell me a little bit about some of those boys.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously we got Nate Scanlon coming back as a junior, and Nate was All-State last year according to PBR and had a heck of a season. Right, hit over 400 as a sophomore. He's getting better. He's working harder. His exit velo's up. His velocity's up. He's gotten faster. He's worked hard in the weight room. So I think Nate's only going to take what he did last year and add to it. Then you add the sophomore class, right? And you got Justin Lauder, right? Justin Lauder was a phenomenal find for us last year as a sophomore. Played a great third base. He's battling some stuff. Had a slight injury in the fall with his summer team that he's trying to fight back through. We expect him to be ready for Florida. So that's good because Justin's a key piece to our team. And then you got another three juniors who we haven't really seen at Dayton Christian much, right? They all have a chance to play a significant role this year, and that's right. So Isaac Knopp, who got the start against Cedarville last year in the districts. Isaac has been in here 2 days a week, literally in the facility 2 days a week on his own since, I don't know, August. Isaac has really been getting after it. We have a junior named John Wright who can really hit, and he can really hit. Now, I don't know if we can put a glove on him yet, but he can really hit. So we're working really hard with John defensively. If he can make strides defensively, he has a real chance to start for us this year at first base. But that's up to John, right? I always make the joke, I'll bench my mom if it helps us win. It doesn't matter how much I like you. And offensively, John's special. Defensively, we need a little more from him. He knows that. I've been honest with him, as I am with everybody, right? And he's working hard. He was in here yesterday working on some footwork, some fundamentals with his first base stuff. If he can figure that, he can make a huge impact for us, and I think it's a guy that a lot of people aren't expecting to come and make a huge impact. Another kid who is drastically improving. He missed most of last year because he got hit in the face, right? And Brett Gorham has went to another level. Brett has added 10 miles an hour velocity on the pitcher's mound. He's added 6 miles an hour off the bat. Now I don't know where he plays positionally, right? We're still trying to figure that one out. But offensively, he's gotten better on the mound. I know he's going to help us. I know Brett's going to pitch for us this year. So, he was up to 75 last week, and he pounds the zone. So I think Brett's going to be a junior that I don't know if when he was a freshman, if anybody was expecting much from Brett, just to be honest. But Brett has decided that he's going to be good, and he's worked his tail off to get an opportunity. So I think that's a guy in the junior class that's going to really help us. In the sophomore class, you got Isaac Scanlon coming back, and Isaac had a great freshman year. You know how it is. I mean, Caleb's been there, right? When you're a freshman and all these guys look like grown men at 18 years old, we're in the districts facing a kid going to Cedarville throwing 87, right? And as a freshman, I thought he battled all season. He had a good year for us, hit over 300. played a great outfield, and he's a catcher, right? So in the summer, he catches all summer. So, he's not really an outfield by trade, but when you have a 2-time All-Area player in Nick Dilhoff, it is what it is.
And then you had 3 other catchers, and they all played outfield.
Yes. So, obviously, Caleb Tomlin came into our program as a catcher. He was our right fielder. Nate Scanlon came into our program as a catcher. He was our center fielder. And Isaac came into our program as a catcher, and he was our left fielder. So we're great at catcher. But that says more about our team. I asked 2 of them yesterday, and I'll share Isaiah because I know he doesn't care. I asked Isaiah, I said, so what's your personal goal for this season? He said, I'm a senior. I just want to win. And that's truly how these seniors look at it. You play right field, third base, first base, catch, relief pitcher, whatever. As long as we win, I'm happy. Mm-hmm. And that's how a lot of these seniors look at it. Mm-hmm. So that's great. You go into we have some freshmen who may make an impact, which you never really know what you're going to get from freshmen, right? It's all cool to be the best player in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you show up and Nick's out there and Naaman's out there and Caleb's out there and Nate's out there, it's different. So we have 2 freshmen I think are going to make huge impacts. One in Noah Wickline, who's a big, tall first baseman, can throw it on the mound. Offensively, he's coming. He's got, like every freshman, he's got some stuff he's got to clean up. But he's a great kid. He never misses lifting. He's here every day that we have something. So I think Wickline has a chance, and he has an outside chance to start at first base for us if he can win that job, right? So it's going to be competition based, and then the other freshman that everybody kind of knows is Alec Halter, right? So Halter, who I'm very familiar with, obviously plays in our Canes program. He's great behind home plate. 187 according to PBR. 75 from the crouch, 85 from the outfield, 81 from the infield. 93 off the bat. He has every intangible to be a great freshman. So, but once again, he's in that same position that your son was in or Nate Scanlon was in. He's coming in as an all-world catcher as a freshman, and that's cool. But Nick Dilhoff's 2-time All-Area, and he's a senior, right? So Alex is going to have to figure out, what his role is here and see if he can help us as a freshman because, I've seen some really, really good freshmen get humbled, right? So, and I don't believe that's going to be the case with the 2 freshmen we have this year. I believe, in those 2 freshmen, we have some other freshmen who have a really, really, really good chance. They're young, they're small, right? They got to gain weight, they got to do all these things. But we have 5 or 6 freshmen who have a chance that really help us over the next 4 years.
That's great. Well, I tell you what, I'm getting excited already. I'm ready to make the snow go away, whatever we got to do. So. We had some high expectations and hopes and goals for the last year or so, and then we ran into a tough Cedarville team last year, and we had some issues going on with a few things at that game, and I'm not going to go into them. However, what are your goals? What would you like to see this team accomplish this year? Okay, so obviously, first things first. The first goal every year is to win the Metro Buckeye. We got to help our school get the All Sports Trophy. The Metro Buckeye is going to be the first step, right? That's the first step. Middletown Christian's drastically improved. Dylan Johnson will be a senior there. Actually, just came from his signing, right? So he just signed. He'll be their ace. Legacy has a kid named Justin Harfant, who's a catcher who's really, really good. They have a pitcher named Adam Newell who's special. And Adam darn near beat us as a freshman last year, right? When he came out of the game, it was 3-1. He's really, really good, and Legacy's drastically improved with who's coming out to play. So I know they've got 2 or 3 freshmen that can really play. So I think Legacy's going to be a brutal challenge for us this year, and we get them early in the season, so I don't know if we're going to be quite ready yet, right? So we have to do that. Obviously the first goal is the Metro Buckeye. But if you're asking team goals, 52 years is long enough. It's time to win a district championship at Dayton Christian. We haven't done that since 1970. That's our bar. That's where we've been in the district final 2 of the last 3 years. We were in the district semifinal one year. We've been in we've had a tournament exit in the last 3 years in the district round, and we've got 5 seniors coming back who have played a lot of baseball for us. That's their goal. They want to win a district championship. They want to be the team that does it for the first time in 52 years. So that's our goal, right? And anything beyond that, we'll worry about when we get to it, right? So our focus has to be the Metro Buckeye, but long-term goals, right? I tell my guys all the time, you can't start in the district final, right? This season, that's right.
You got to start over.
Mm-hmm.
You got to start over. We got to start from day one. You got to win the day. If you're thinking about the district final now, you're going to lose it later. So you have to win the day. Are you better today than you were yesterday? That's the only thing that matters.
Well, it's definitely a marathon. It's not a sprint, that's for sure. And you don't get to jump 3 spaces here and advance your way up there. So it looks like we've got a pretty intense schedule. I think you're able to schedule, correct me if I'm wrong, 27 games, and I believe you got 27 on there, right?
Yeah, it's close if it's not at 27. Obviously, we're going to play our 4 scrimmages in Florida at Vero Beach against really big schools from around the country, because it's great for me. It's a scrimmage. Who cares, right? Let's go out there, test our guys, put them in some positions to find out who should play where. So that's going to be our scrimmages. And then when we come back, like you said, we got the 27-game schedule. I think I could schedule one more.
Okay.
I'm having a conversation with Bellbrook because, our schedule's not hard enough for me yet. So.
Right, I got you. Yep.
Always make the schedule tougher, and they're loaded. So had a conversation with them up at the state clinic, trying to get them on the schedule too, because that'll help us. So trying to, we play Carlisle again, right? So we got a brutal schedule. I mean, that's intentional. That's how I schedule. So we're going to play everybody. We're going to try to get better. We're playing Tri-Village again. They're good. We left, even though Troy left the conference, we're still playing them in a doubleheader because, in my opinion, I think Troy Christian's the favorite in Division IV in the region, right? So they're loaded. They've got Lucas Day, who was, in my opinion, should have been the player of the year in the state. They've brought in 2 freshmen, one named Matthew Major, who is special. His older brother's really good too, but they got another freshman named Judah Simmons, who's already thrown 82, 83. He swings it from the left side, 90 off the bat. So they're only getting stronger. It's very important that we played them. First off, because you always got to know where they are, right? We got to play them. And second off, we're going to end up running them in the tournament, in my opinion. So I think they're the best team in the district, best team in the region. So we have to go after, that's the bar. That's who we're trying to chase.
Well, there's a natural rivalry that has clearly been born there too. At least in our years here, I've seen this rivalry build and build and build. And last year, it kind of it started to escalate a little bit more. And when we actually went over there and we split with them, and so we ended up sharing that conference title. So let's talk a little bit about conference titles. You want to win that first, but now we are on a concurrent 4-peat. Is that correct?
We're on a 4-peat. We're looking for one for the thumb, as they say.
That's right. That's right. So
trying to chase that 5-peat.
So how many teams have 5-peated in the state of Ohio? Do you know?
I don't know in the state of Ohio. It's a great question. I know it hasn't been done at DC.
Well, we will check that out and we'll see if we can find that for you.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's never been a 5-peat at DC, at least from the record books that I've found. We've won a lot of conference championships over the years. We've never won 5 in a row, so that's a goal for us. I think it's going to be tougher than people expect. Legacy is going to be a real threat with their pitching staff. Middletown Christian is drastically improved. They're bringing back almost everybody. So I mean, we got a three-headed monster here in the conference. I think the conference is going to be drastically improved at the top this year, even with Troy leaving, because I think Middletown and Legacy are going to be drastically improved, and I mean that's our bar.
Cool. Do you have any other comments? Is there anything that I've left out that you would like to add to your comments?
Absolutely.
Here?
So first things first here, we have about 21 kids registered to try out. I'm calling all freshmen, sophomores. If you've never played baseball before, that's fine. Come out here. We need about 2 kids to have a JV team, which could drastically help our program long term. And I think you guys would realize it's a lot of fun. So calling everybody, come out on February 21st, get your privet all done, make sure your physical's up to date, and come out to Dayton Christian baseball tryouts. I think you really enjoy it. We have a great culture, we have a lot of fun, but we get better every day.
That's exactly right. And they do get better every day, because I've sat and watched it. And I'll tell you what, it once you get going, you love it. You just have a good time. We make the ball games fun. I try to do some fun announcing from the press box. I've got Tim up there, Tim Scanlon up there, who we play some fun music. We actually try to make it like an MLB game where we play some like Chicago Cubs organ music and some other crazy stuff like that. So we try to make these games family friendly and have a lot of fun with them. And so I want to see as many people come out and watch this team as possible this year, because if you don't come out, you're missing something very special, especially at Dayton Christian. If you want to support your school and you want to support your school's athletics, come out to the baseball game. Look, we'll put a chair out there for you, stand around the edge, whatever you need to do. But the students need to come in, and they need to be some more supportive of this baseball team, because there's an opportunity for something very special here. I've lived through something very special in my life during my high school career, and I tell you what, it's something that you'll never forget. When you can do something very special as a player in high school that hasn't been done in your school, or even in my case, our state before, and it's something you're kind of immortalized in some ways. You know, I'm 17 years old and I'm signing autographs. That's just goofy. They're coming to ask me for my autograph. I'm like, I don't even know what my autograph looks like. So anyway, we need everybody out that can come, and we just need all your support. So for Coach Doug, I'm Dale, and we're out.